Good evening, children. I hope everyone are doing fine. Let us start with the new chapter, that is chapter number 8, Winds, Storms and Cyclones. So today we will be looking into the basic introduction to this chapter, and we shall see how air exerts pressure by many activities. So let us begin. So children, here in the picture you can notice it is a pic taken um, by a satellite of a cyclone which is caused in Odisha. Okay, so in Orissa, so there was a time during October 18th, 1999. So what happened in the state Odisha is it was hit by a cyclone with a wind speed of 200 kilometer per hour. Okay, so the whole state was affected by a cyclone when they had a wind speed of 200 kilometers per hour. So per hour it was reaching 200 kilometers. Okay, so on 18th October 1999. So this had happened. Okay, so what happened is the cyclone smashed 45,000 houses. So that is so destructive, isn't it? So cyclone is so destructive and dangerous. See, 45,000 houses is smashed in this cyclone period, and also 7 lakh people were homeless. They didn't add home itself, right? Because cyclone had destructed and smashed more than 45,000 houses, isn't it? So on 29th October, again same thing happened. Okay, so on 29th October, on the same year, that is 1999, again the second cyclone with the speed of 260 kilometer. So compared to first cyclone, this time it was 260 kilometer per hour. Okay, again it hit Orissa, that is Odisha. Now the pronunciation is different, so you need to pronounce it as Odisha. Before it was Orissa, now it has to be pronounced as Odisha. Okay, so this was 9 meter high. So the water waves which hit, it was 9 meter high. It was 9 meter. Okay, so till that the water waves used to reach. Okay, and again thousands of people lost their lives, and property worth crores of rupees was destroyed. Okay, and the cyclone affected even agriculture, transport, communication, and also electricity supply. By the way, what does this cyclone means? So how these cyclones are formed? Okay, and why are they so destructive? You just now I explained how destructive these cyclones are. So why they are so destructive? So in this chapter we shall see uh, what is cyclone and how it is formed, more about this concept, and you will find answers for every questions regarding this topic in this lesson. Okay, so we begin with some activities that involving air. So involvement of air is necessity to understand what is cyclone. Okay, and these activities will clarify some basic features that is concerning about cyclone. So before we begin, so remember that the moving air is called the wind. So what is wind, children? So the moving air. Okay, so air is everywhere, isn't it? So air is moving, it moves, isn't it? So air, the moving air is said to be a wind. Okay, so as I said, so here you can see the highlights of cyclone caused in Odisha. So Odisha was hit by a cyclone with a wind speed of 200 kilometer per hour on October 1999. Okay, on 29th October the same year, a second cyclone with the wind speed of 260 kilometer per hour hit Odisha again, and it was accompanied by water waves about 9 meter high. Coming to the concept air exerts pressure. To understand this, we have one activity, that is activity 8.1. See children, whenever we perform such activities, so we should be very careful. We should do or perform in the presence of parents. You are right now in home. Okay, so you need to do it in the presence of your parents. I don't recommend you people to perform this activity just for your understanding purpose. If you're gonna try, I would strongly recommend not to try. Okay, so we shall do in the presence of me in the school, or if at all you are trying, don't try it. Okay, so we should do this experiment in the presence of elders. Fine. So what this experiment setup is, so we shall see. We need to boil water. In this activity we need to take a tin can, so it is made up of a tin metal. So take a tin can with a lid. It has to have a lid to close and open. So fill it approximately half with water. So this tin can has to be filled half with water. You can see how it is filled, half of the can. And we need to heat the can on a candle flame till the water boils. So we need to use some flame to boil this water. So let the water boil for a few minutes. Blow out the candle. That means off the flame. Okay. So immediately put the lid tightly on the can. So immediately after you switch off the flame, you need to close the lid of that tin can. And be careful in handling a hot can. Okay. So put the can carefully in the shallow metallic vessel or a wash basin. Okay. So we need to keep this hot can in a shallow metallic vessel or a wash basin. So now we need to pour fresh water over the can. So like in the second experimental setup you can see. So we need to pour a fresh water over the can and we need to observe what happens to the shape of the can. So can you guess why the shape of the can gets distorted? Okay, you can see the shape of the can itself is changed. It has shrinked, right? So why is it happening? If you cannot get a tin can, take a soft plastic bottle also. Fill it with hot water, empty the bottle and immediately cap it tightly. So now place the bottle under running water. So to understand this, I'll give you some examples. So you have experienced this also when you fly a kite. So you have experienced that the wind is coming from your back to help the kite to fly, right? And if you are in a boat, it is very is it easy to row it if the wind is coming from behind you? Yes, it will be very easy because wind is giving pressure to the boat to move forward, right? And when you are riding a bicycle, if the wind is against you, against the direction, will you able to ride it? No, wind is having a lot of pressure. It is pushing you backward so that you can't go forward ride, isn't it? And we know that we have to fill air into the bicycle tube to keep it tight. So very often our cycle tires get what to say punctured or um, like blow gets out of the tube. So what we need to do, we need to fill it with a air, right? So also we know that bicycle tube overfilled with air may burst also. If you overfill the bicycle tires with air, it may burst also, isn't it? And what is the air doing inside the tube? So it has a pressure, right? So we see gas molecules exerts pressure, alva. So all these experiences shows that the air exerts pressure. It is due to this pressure that the leaves of the trees or banners or flag flutters with the wind is blowing. So whenever we see some banners, so they make a tiny holes, isn't it? Why? Because if wind pressure is more, the banners or cutouts might fallen off because of the pressure of the hair. If there is a small hole, what happens? Through that hole the hair might exit, isn't it? So we can list out such experiences. Now let us now try to understand why the can gets distorted. So as water is poured over the can, so we are pouring a fresh water, cold water on the can. So some steam in the can condenses. So we saw that after boiling the water, immediately we'll close the lid. isn't it? That means the hotness or a steam is there inside the can. So what if you pour a cold water on the closed can? What happens? The steam which is inside the can will condense into water. Okay, and this reduce the amount of air inside. So the air which is there inside, it is going to reduce it, and the pressure of the air inside can decreases than the pressure which is exerted by the air from outside the can. That is the reason it gets compressed. Okay, so this activity again confirms that air exerts pressure. Next, we shall understand high speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure. So for this again you have one activity. So here you need to take a bottle and crumple a small piece of paper into a ball of size smaller than the mouth of the empty bottle. Here you can see a boy is holding a bottle and he has taken a small piece of crumpled paper. That means you need to make a small piece of paper into a small ball size thing. Okay, so now you need to hold the empty bottle on its side and place the paper ball just inside its mouth. Now what you need to do is you need to blow on the ball to force it into the bottle. Okay, it has to go inside the bottle. Till then you need to blow it. So try this activity with bottles of different sizes. Okay, so you will get various sizes of bottles, isn't it? And you can play with your friends. So who is gonna blow that paper ball inside the bottle? Okay, and you have seen Peli and Bojo are two friends. You see in between the chapters they converse each other with related to the subject, isn't it? So what Peli and Bojo are thinking about this following question was, so why is it difficult to force a paper ball into the bottle? So why is it so? Because the bottle lid is open and that bottle has a air molecules. Okay, so here is exerted pressure towards the paper, so you are not able to blow that paper inside the bottle. So this is the reason. Okay, and next you have one more activity, that is blow the balloons. So it is a very fun loving activity to perform, isn't it? Take two balloons of approximately equal size, you can see in the picture, and put a little water into the balloons. So blow up both the balloons and tie each other with a string, and hang the balloons 8 to 10 centimeter apart on a cycle spoke or a stick. So use any support to hold these balloons. You can use a stick or cycle spoke also. And what did you expect? So what happens? Try different ways of blowing on the balloons to see what happens. Okay, so what happens to the balloons if you keep blowing it? So it has a water, and you see that the movement of balloons might be a low because water has been there in the balloons. Okay, so you need to blow between the balloons, whether you will be able to blow it. Okay, I want you people to perform this activity and tell me what happens in the live session. And so increased wind speed is indeed accompanied by reduced air pressure. So when there is an increase in wind, so when there is a reduced air pressure, so that will accompany the wind to get increased, the speed of wind get increases, and air moves from the region where the air pressure is high to the region where the pressure is low. Okay, so air moves from the region where the air pressure is high. So ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಳಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೇರ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆಯೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾವ ರೀಜನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಏರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರು ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, so next is activity 8.4. Can you blow and lift? So this experiment name is can you blow and lift. What to do is, it is very simple. Hold a strip of paper, imagine 20 centimeter long and 3 centimeter wide paper. So between your thumb and forefinger you need to hold like this. In the picture you can see. Now blow over the paper, Okay, so here Pali thinks that the strip will be lifted up. Okay, so when you blow up, and Bojo thinks that the strip will bend down. So what you think? What happens to the paper? So let us understand this observation in the activity 8.2's 8.2, 8.3 and 8.4, where the observation along lines you thought. So do you get the feeling that increased wind speed is accompanied by a reduced air pressure? So do you think so that that activity implies here? So when we blow into the mouth of the bottle, the air near the mouth has higher speed. Okay, and this is that is going to decrease the pressure there. Okay, and the air pressure inside the bottle is higher than near the mouth. Okay, and the air inside the bottle pushes the ball out. So in activity 8.3 we saw that when you blew between the balloons, what happens? They move towards each other, and so this could happen if the pressure of the air between the balloons were somehow reduced, and the pressure outside the balloons would then push them towards each other. Okay, that means they are getting nearer. Okay, when you blow it. Fine. In the activity 8.4, so we saw that when we blew over the paper strip, it went upwards. Again, this could happen if blowing over the paper reduces the air pressure above the strip. So we saw that just now we saw previous slide, increased wind speed is indeed accompanied by a reduced air pressure. Can you just imagine what would happen if high speed winds blew over the roof of the buildings? What happens? High speed, it may the roof, if imagine if the roofs were weak, they could be lifted and also blown away, isn't it? If you have any such experience, you can share it with me. Okay, so now we got to know that air moves from the region where the air pressure is high to the region where the pressure is low. Okay, so children, this was the concept about air exerts pressure, and also we looked into high speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure. Okay, so this is the concept that you need to know to follow the further concept. Okay, so I'll send you the worksheet, do solve it, and have a good day.